Reykjavik car. One of the scrutineers is trying to have a fix it for him. Looks like a bolt came out of the steering column.
So it literally was the nut behind the steering wheel.
Yep.
Yeah. Sadly, the nut came off, the bolt came out, and everything went roundy, except the wheels. But there we go. That's a big learning curve, and you know, Loctite's a wonderful thing, isn't it?
Yeah. The 180's out, Sam, another one of our Celtic Cup
Indeed,
competitors.
that's the Ulster team, and if Ulster is there, no sign of Belfast as yet. It's one of our missing cars. One of the most important missing cars is RWH Aachen. That's one of the fastest cars in the competition. The 99 car still has not turned up. I spoke to the team. They had some battery issues earlier in the day. They think it's fixed, but there are definite problems with that Polish car. It is spilling water onto the track. Now, this is where we're going to see how much water can you spill before you get pulled off. Or will he just wait for the engine to go hot?
I'm very sad to say the car which is coming into our view now, the car that was stricken up at the overtaking zone is unfortunately Full Blue Racing. Cambridge University are out.
I don't think that's the car that was stricken at the overtaking area, actually, Andrew. I think the overtaking stricken is very distinctive rear end of that Polish car with the central exhaust.
And it's got going again.
It got going again, but that's the one that's puffing steam out of the back of it, and I can see water coming out the back of that car from Poland.
Yep.
In fact, I'm not sure it's actually come back from the hairpin now. We may have lost that car.
Oh, there it is, there's 69.
Now, watch this car as it comes past us. You can see the steam coming out the back of that.
181, Hull still going on. Another car that ran a lot of laps yesterday in the sprint. Not the fastest, but reliable at this stage. Good to see him out there.
Now look at the back. Oh, that's 180, the Ulster car. That's going okay at the moment. Coming up behind, you can hear the Enim car. Now, I thought there was a problem on the engine of that one. It's getting louder and louder, but here you go, the car 69. Yeah, it's been pulled in. It's been pulled in for that failure on the rear end of the cooling system.
Well, it's not venting any, there's a bit of steam coming from the back of the car. I don't think there's much water, much liquid left. Oh, it smells quite bad as well.
Oh, yeah. It's burning.
Yeah, I've been told it's I've been told it's dropping a lot of liquid. So, in the interest of safety of everybody else, they pulled the car in. Well, the scrutineers are checking it, so maybe it's not the totally end of the day, but probably is.
Yeah, good to see. The number 77, the Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay, have joined the event. Brilliant little electric car, this. Really good to see the progress of the Indian teams at Formula Student this year, and this is another example of it. The 67th entrant, or 67 on the list, into the endurance event. Also coming up, you can see Lancaster are ready to go, the Sri Lankan University, the University of Moratura, they're coming up soon. Meanwhile, fastest lap times at the moment, the number 29 car has just done a 1:21.48. There's the Enim team, the French team, 1:25 last time around. This time it is, just wait for the timing screen to update. It's nice steady progress at the moment for the Max car.
Oh, I thought I saw an issue with that car earlier on, but it seems to have
rectified itself.
But all the lap times in these cars at the moment, the reason we're talking about lap times is none of them particularly quick. 1:17 is the fastest car on the track at the moment, and that's Enim, and that's a good margin off the fastest times of the day so far.
But for all of these teams, Sam, getting to halfway for most of these guys is going to be a really big achievement. I think we're going to see some of the biggest celebrations of the day if any of them actually make to the 22 kilometres.
Absolutely, and I thought I saw the IIT Bombay car, number 77, take to the track earlier on. That neat little electric car we've seen in a few sections. Has it come back round? They're waving the flag, big Indian flag waving. There it is, E77, and the Indian flag is waving high with their Orca car heading past them right now, the big fan club for that Indian IIT Bombay car. And I think that's a neat little design.
I'd like to have a go in that. That looks a really nippy little car, very well designed, very well put together. Good support as well. Great to see. Thanks everyone for coming over to support that team. You're doing your university proud.
Well, I can see it. I can hear a single-cylinder engine. Oh, it's Lancaster on the starting but I wasn't sure quite where that noise is coming from. But there's Enim. You can't mistake that clattering single-cylinder engine on the back of that French car, going past the slightly uncomfortable looking to drive Hull car.
Yeah. Bombay coming down the back straight and into the slalom. left then right. Tricky little section this, and well, they've clearly done the research, because that's the right line through there, opening up the corner as we were seeing a lot of the big teams doing yesterday when our commentary box was on the outside of Copse Corner as for the sprint. Ulster now approaching the same corner. Lancaster are underway. They start their journey through the competition. Bombay finish another lap. This will be their first flying lap, 1:51 last time around, although that was with the standing start. And it's a 1:17.61. Good pace there. Good pace for the Bombay car out the box. 1 minute 17.61 on their second lap.
That is indeed good pace. Just looking down the list, we've got the team from Sri Lanka coming to the holding area, so it's good to see them getting up to the start line. And there's people getting ready for a driver change. And indeed there should be. It's Enim, it's the French team, and their 9th lap completed, so they're getting ready for their driver change, and that will be good. There goes to 57 onto this driver's final lap. As I wait for the screen to go around, 10 laps completed, so getting well underway. Also making good progress is the car from Dortmund, the 29 car, the gold and black car, and Hull just, well, it seems to be going, the Hull car. Just, is that a slipping clutch, or has he not got all his gears?
I think he's got that in a high gear. I think he's got that in probably third, or, well, fourth would be a bit brave. If they've only got one gear, that's going to make a restart at halfway a bit tricky. But yeah, probably third gear for that car. Not the first time we would have seen that today. But yeah, if it's a strategy that gets you through the test, there's no problem with that, because this is a hard test. This is the hardest test of them all.
It's about finishing. It's the toughest bit. And you've got to go through that hot restart procedure for all of these combustion cars. There are still some electric cars to come, as well as this IIT Bombay electric car we're seeing. Really enthusiastic support there on the Copse Bank for IIT Bombay. That's good to see. But there are still some quick cars to come, and this is usually... It's the session after this. There's one more session after this session, which runs up to the number 140 car from Cairo, but it looks like trouble for Dortmund. It's going very slowly there, that gold and black car. Picking up pace again now, but nearly came to a complete stop running past Copse Bank, so that car doesn't look too long for this world.
No, not at this moment. And of course, after we've seen the likes of De Montfort, Manchester, Cairo, if we've got time, I'm looking at the time now, it's 3:15. If there's any cars that have got through scrutineering in the last 24 hours since sprint closed, they can have a go as well. And I'm thinking, I've mentioned them a couple of times as Mets come in for their driver change. Strathclyde. We haven't seen Strathclyde yet. Or Warwick. Or Leeds. There's a few of the British teams out there that will desperately want to get into this endurance if they can. Huddersfield, yeah.
British champions.
Yeah. And Huddersfield, a little bit of a shout out to my other stomping ground, British University Karting Championship. They've got some of their drivers from that team across here. As of Southampton, I've had a tweet from Southampton. They've got a bit of a combination. They've brought their two teams together, the karting team and the former student team, to help each other out. And yeah, it'd be good to see them out there later on this afternoon.
Team Bath Electric are trying to get through scrutineering at the moment, I believe, and Team Bath Electric arrived yesterday, very late, but with a car.
Yeah.
And I believe they're going to try and get out in the final session after this one. Whether we see that or not, it's not clear. Now let's have a look at this troubled car from Dortmund, the number 29 car. It's still moving, but did come to a near complete stop a few laps ago, and has resumed, so I don't know quite what had happened there, so some issues there, but Enim car is in the pits for a driver change. Lewis is down there chatting to the officials, and the 180 car from Ulster is also in for a driver change, and Lewis is just smiling away, gleefully looking at the cars. What can you see, Lewis?
No, we're just, don't worry, my sources, I'm just trying to find out things.
What things have you found out?
It's okay, you know.
Have you found
out
that the 180 car
things need to be found out.
What about the 180 car, the Irish team?
Sorry.
They've made a driver change.
I'm just trying to find out what the position is overall. That's okay. Very, very unofficially.
Well, we don't really know what Lewis is on about there, frankly.
What do you know about who's...
Line?
I've got an Irish chap.
Oh, you've got an Irishman?
Well, we don't know if he's Irish. Hi there, what's your name?
Gareth.
Gareth, are you Irish?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's good. We've got an Irish. Well done, Gareth. That's good work from you and the Ulster boys.
Yeah. It's been hard to get here. We've been working hard all year, and a few things at the end, just trying to get it finished. But we've got here, and we're getting around the circuit, so it's good to get out and compete for the first year and the past 3 years, really.
That's good news. So pleased so far.
Yeah, pleased so far. Yes, we're having a little bit of problem up around the top hairpin, but so far the engine's running fine, and David is driving at the minute. He's doing very well, and then I'm on next, so I'm a nervous wreck.
Anyway, good luck.
Okay, thank you.
Well, that's the 29 car from Dortmund pulling in for its driver change as the NM car, I can hear, crackling back into life and crawling back to the green flag position to start with its second driver. So you'll have a happy Frenchman down there, or a keen Frenchman. In fact, I can see Lewis has got the Frenchman and is waiting to make that interview.
Yeah, I got one of the. I got the Mitchells. Which is good news. I think I'll just cover the mic up. They're happy. They've done a driver change. Hi, what's your name?
Julien Chipon for me.
And you look really pleased.
Yes, it was good, this one. So I hope this guy...
There it stopped.
Yes, but he will restart again. You will see.
You're confident.
Yeah, I'm confident, yes.
That's good news. Anyway, that's being pushed backwards. Maybe not too confident.
Maybe not.
Oh dear, I better let you have a look. Anyway, well done for doing 11 laps. Anyway, you got halfway.
Yes, yes we did. So, but this lap was good.
Okay, I better let you go. Thanks. Well, it all looked good and then it stopped, mate.
Yes, the NM car, you're right.
Yeah.
We heard it crackle and pop into life, and no, that's it. NM's out. I don't
Yeah.
know. What was the problem there? What stopped there, Lewis? Why are they? What's the issue?
Well, I don't know. I'm not going to find out.
The MSA
Let's see if I can have a word with Chris.
I
Chris,
know.
what was the problem?
I was just on my way back.
Oh,
and
yeah,
just happened
lots
to walk
of
you
oil.
past. Yeah, it got pulled by the Silverstone Marshals and the MSA scrutineers. They reckon it was about, and I agree with them, it was looking like it was about to maybe set fire. There's a lot of smoke coming from the exhaust, and I think some oil had gone down, so the decision's been taken to pull that car from the track.
I told you that it wasn't done.
Well, there we go. Obviously, there may have just been shown. Chris has now shown them where the oil leak's coming from. We've got Dortmund here in the 29 car, which is the shark fin car.
You quite like that, don't you, Lewis?
Beg your pardon?
You like that car, but I was just...
No, yes, you likes the car. You were oogling it.
I was ogling it.
I have to say, I do. I think to actually make that is really neat, really cool. That's that takes. Well, okay, I don't know how it's done, but it takes a bit of doing. Looks the guys are changing. Yeah, they're in. Looks so going okay. Back to you.
The number 27 car is on the starting line. That is the car from Sri Lanka, their first ever Formula student. Dave Bryce is holding the green flag, and once Ulster has reached the safe distance, and Hull, which is now appearing to struggle slightly, but that's because he's not struggling at all, he's coming in, but it sounds like his gearing isn't quite right. And the number 27 car from Sri Lanka, waiting for a clear on track as Lancaster get out of the way of it. The flag is up, and for the first time, a Sri Lankan university take part in the Formula Student Endurance. That is very good to see.
Other good news, Sam, is we've got a number 80 car. Queen's University Belfast have just rolled themselves onto the back of the queue. They are going to have to wait until the rest of our runners, so once we've got past the 140 of Cairo to take part, but
Guys.
the number 80 of Queen's University will be in the race.
Guys, yeah, I've got the Dortmund driver here. What's your name, sir?
Victor Drugnov.
Yeah, the car is not performing as well as you would hope, I believe.
Yeah, we had problems with shifting. The first gear was the problem, so I couldn't accelerate as fast.
So the car looks really great, but it doesn't. You haven't really sort of been on top of it this weekend. You know, it didn't do particularly well in acceleration or yesterday, should I say?
Yeah, yeah, the car is great, but we are just a small team, so we don't have the time to prepare everything. So we must concentrate on some things in this event.
Well, anyways, but other than that, it's going well on the track. The car's going well.
Yeah, the car is well, but yeah, there's a little problem with the first gear.
Okay, good luck. Hope you're gonna get to the end. So a few issues there that they're not quite on top of yet. To you guys.
Thanks, Lewis. Good to hear from the Dortmund guys. And as you say, the car is still running around, just going through the slalom on the back of the circuit, going towards the hairpin. There's the number 27, Moratura, the Sri Lankan University. Oh, just clip a cone. Oh, they've actually got a cone now under the front left wheel. Oh, and they've come to a stop. Oh, this is going to hold the Bombay team as well. Oh, dear. Marshall's quickly rushing over now because there's a cone stuck under the front left-hand corner of the Sri Lankan car. Marshall quickly working to get it, and it's free now and away they can go now. Excellent. The Bombay car follows. Yellow flag out for the 29, whilst the Marshals clear up the cones. Oh, just struggling a little bit with that first gear again, but they're fine to go again. Right, so it's all a bit of pandemonium there in front of the crowd. The 180 now coming through. That's what kind of happens in this final session of the day. Anything can happen at Formula Students, especially in this one. 52, Lancaster comes past us here at Carter's. Running really
Hey guys.
well. Go ahead, Lewis.
Can you remember the Hull car which struggled round in autocross earlier yesterday?
We very much can, yes.
Yeah, I'm standing right here. Tamesh has just got out. They've done 11 laps. That's a huge improvement from yesterday. Well done.
Thank you very much.
And it's still going as well.
It's still going, so we're incredibly pleased with that, so hopefully we can finish.
Come on, tell us about the team. You know, you've had a tough weekend.
We have a tough weekend. We've had a few niggles through scrutineering. We've got a relatively young team this year, so we've got a few members that have started through their first and foundation year, so the knowledge transfer isn't there for this team, so it's been a big learning curve for a lot of the team members. So although we might not be the highest on the points board, we certainly can take away a lot of strong points. So hopefully next year we'll be probably one of the best UK teams. That's what we're aiming for.
Yeah, you're going to come back next year.
Oh yeah, fighting, fit and strong.
So what have you learned? What's the main things you learned?
There's a lot of design issues that we've got. We've learned how to please the judges. Of course, that's the main issue, but also reliability and just presenting the knowledge across that we've put into our design. So we've got a lot of points, a lot to take away, but we're confident we can come back stronger next year.
And I hope you can do another 10 or 11 laps and get a finish. Yeah, well done, boys. So, that's the start of it, isn't it, Andrew? That's the start.
Absolutely. That really is a fantastic effort and a fantastic improvement by the whole team. They've been here a few years now, but I think this is definitely the first time they've got through the driver change of endurance. So on and upwards for the team from the east coast of Yorkshire. The 77, great support for this car. Every single time it's going round, it's getting a big cheer, and it's got the biggest cheer of all at the moment because they've reached halfway. Can they get the car started again after the 2 minutes? That's the big question right now. The 180 of the Ulster University are now in for their driver change. Doesn't look like there's anything wrong with the car. Scrutineers look fairly happy with it. I can see the MSA scrutineer having a look now at the back right wheel. Nothing looking too concerning on that car at the moment. Good news for them. 52, Lancaster still running out there, going through the slaloms at the moment. Also coming up, I can see the 31 of De Montfort. They'll be the next car released once we've either had one of these cars finish or retire. Who else can I see down there? Well, we've mentioned the number 80, the number... That's the 39 of Manchester in there as well, and the 121. The 121! The 121, University of West of England, based in Bristol. We were actually meant to see them this morning. They were meant to be the 9th car out on track, so it's good to see that they've come back and they are going to have a go at endurance, although...
Andrew.
Yes.
Andrew, I'll just go a little further down as well, if I can. We've got car number 150, that's Lisbon.
Yeah.
They're behind Bristol, so good to see them. Then behind them, we've got the 99 car.
Excellent. We've been waiting for that one.
That's the other Archon car. Yeah, it's the Lecky car, isn't it? Yeah, running with the rabbits.
Yeah, so Lisbon were meant to be running 19th this morning.
There's another car behind 70. So we've still got, I think there's one behind that as well. So it looks as though there's 4, 5, 6, 7, probably 10 more cars to go.
That's very good news
That
indeed.
is, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
how many have started? How many have started?
Good
Come on,
question.
you've got the screen. I'll let you do that.
Right, so we've had at least 56, because Monash... Yes, I think it's 56 so far, because Monash... no, more. 61 now. I think we've had about 65 so far. But yeah, particularly as the 52 comes in for its drive change, particularly that Aston car, Lewis, because they had a bit of a problem yesterday with their left-hand drive shaft, which popped out on the inboard end during their first sprint run. So that's really good to see them back out there, and good to see you, Clan, because that's the first car that we've got that didn't run at all in sprint yesterday. So good to see that they've been able to get that car through scrutineering, and we'll be able to see them out on the road. Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, the Bombay car's stopped. The Bombay car has stopped in front of Copse Bank.
The other thing is, how many teams have finished, Andrew?
How many have finished?
Yeah,
no,
that was the big thing. Looks like Lancaster actually it's boiling. I think you could have. I think you could either fry an egg on it or create a cup of tea out of that one. Actually,
33. We've had 33 finishes so far.
I said 35.
I think I said 37.
You did. So 32 was Sam, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But he's always light, isn't he?
Well, I'm afraid it's not looking good for Bombay. They've not got that car going. They're now there's a bit of a problem with one of the other cars being held up. But the Bombay electric car, the 77, has stopped a few hundred metres away from us here in the commentary box. The 52 now being wheeled away. I think that's curtains. I think that's the end of the day for Lancaster. That it was venting quite a fair amount of fluid when it came in, so that's not a surprise that car's been pulled away. But very credible effort this year from Lancaster. Saw them out on Saturday morning in the skid pad, and I know I keep saying it, but it's easier said than done. Getting a car ready through scrutineering whilst you've got design and cost and business to run over the Friday, getting your car in the event for Saturday morning is very, very difficult. So that's a very good effort from... There's real chaos going on.
Andrew, sorry, what happened to True Blue? I've just seen the team walk down the tunnel.
I'm afraid I don't know, but they did stop towards the top end of the circuit.
I haven't seen him in here, so they must be on. So I've just seen the team go down to the Cops tunnel, which normally means is that they're going home.
Sadly.
Yeah, and Lancaster just said the engine's completely overheated.
Yeah.
The catch tanks are full, both coolant and oil.
Oh dear. So I've seen that quite a bit today. The Bombay car has now been retrieved off the road. It looks like it might actually be stuck in gear, because that's being a bit of an effort for the marshals to get that off the road. But off the road as into the race comes the number 31 from Leicester, the De Montfort University. Just reminding myself of their time from yesterday in autocross. They completed a 77.916, got them 7.5 points. More points than anyone who didn't even compete. So good effort so far from De Montfort. How can they do in the endurance? 1867, that was the Ulster Uni. That's actually because they've got back out. They've completed their driver change. That's really good news for the 180 in the battle for the Celtic Cup. Still a big crowd on the hill on the inside of Copse Corner, enjoying the sunshine. And a few of you up in the grandstand as well on the outside of the corner. Do give us a wave if you can hear us. Yeah, I can see a couple of hands up in the air there on the outside of Copse. Hope you're enjoying the good weather. Has been a really, really good weekend for weather as Silverstone standards go. If you're not at the circuit, if you're watching the YouTube stream provided for us by GKN, weather's pretty good. As I said, few wispy clouds in the sky, not as windy as it's been this weekend. So, and track temperature is air temperature 27.5 degrees. Track temperature still probably around 40 degrees, so good running conditions. Not too hot for these cars at the moment. 27, the Sri Lankan team having a few issues there. Doesn't seem to be much power in that car. They're actually holding up De Montfort at the moment, and they've been given the blue flag to pull into the overtaking bay, which they'll do in a moment. So 4 cars, as I can see, out on track at the moment. Mortura, De Montfort, who've just completed the overtake. Ulster there. Ulster now being overtaken by Hull. Is that the Hull car? Yes, it is. The Hull car put an overtaking manoeuvre, the 181 on the 180. That's fantastic by the Hull car. So not only has that car, that must be the most improved car over the weekend. Really sterling stuff from the University of Hull. The Bombay driver can see walking back towards the pits here, helmet in hand. They'll be, again, they'll be disappointed, but they really shouldn't be, because to come all that way and produce a really, really nice little car that's run well, and I think is running pretty much all the, well, it's running sprint at least, running the endurance, that is a fair effort. So 65 competitors is the number we've had so far, at least attempt the endurance. We had 74 attempts the sprint yesterday. Still can't believe that. That is just remarkable. I've never known anything above 50, 55 cars take part in sprints on a Saturday afternoon at any event. 74, 72 got some form of lap. Oh, there's another car that stopped. Can't quite make out which one it is. I was about to say something very noisy.
Andrew.
Go ahead, Lewis.
Andrew just had a word with a very despondent Indian driver there from the Bombay team. No throttle response. So it could be any number of issues.
Could be a loose connection. Could be something's got stressed and
do you
broken in there.
Do you have to run a cable?
Yes, you do.
Well, that sorted that one out, didn't it?
Yeah. Or at least I know that back in my day. Oh, I'm sounding old now. Back in my day, you had to run a cable, no fly-by-wire. I was about to say there was something very noisy over my right-hand shoulder. Ding ding! What a surprise! It's the UWE Bristol car that is on the start line, ready to at last take part in endurance. Remember, they were fast enough to qualify for the morning session. They were given a 9th slot, missed it, but here they are now ready to take part in endurance. 121. Right, this car that's broken down, it's not the 29, it's not the 180. Where have Hull gone? Oh no, it's not Hull, is it? I think it might be. I think it's the 181.
Yeah, it is. Is that the one that behind you? Yeah, I just talked to the team a minute ago. It definitely is the Hull team, which is out the back there. It's parked up against the wall. That's sad for them.
Oh, so is this down by Birdcage Walk, down by the hairpin?
No, it's just behind you, I think.
Oh, yeah, up ahead of me.
Yeah,
so it is that one,
former
sorry.
student underneath on the stand.
We'll have a
chat with the driver when he gets back.
Oh no, right, sorry, I'm getting complete. It's been a long weekend. Yes, the 181 has broken down on the outside of Cops Corner. I can see it now, poking my head through the window. It's actually got 2 cars broken down at the moment. But yeah, that's a real shame for Hull. I thought they were going to make it. But a brilliant effort nonetheless from Hull. Should mention as well, there was another car that went out that I missed. We've mentioned, yes, it was the 39. University of Manchester have joined the race. The 150 electric Lisbon car is next. I'm wondering actually, where have Lancaster gone? Yes, Lancaster retired with a fluid leak. More cars coming to the line. Aachen in the holding bay next, but they're going to have to wait till at least, well, Lisbon are now on their way, and Bristol will be on their way in a moment. Sorry, University of Western England. Aachen will be after that. Then it'll be the number 80 of Queen's University Belfast. Then I can see the number 70 of the University of Central Lancashire from Preston.
Andy.
Next. Hello.
I'm down here with the Hull driver. What's your name?
I'm Brian Houston.
Brian, yeah, come on, just tell us what happened, what you think might have happened.
To be honest, I'll need to look back at the footage to really see, but I'd say it's probably down to the lack of driver ability. I think we surprised ourselves with the car we were able to put together this year, and we put together something that was clearly better than I could handle.
Yeah, swapped ends on you, but couldn't get it started was the problem.
It did, yes. Once it did go, we were able to compete, or we would have been able to continue, but unfortunately the coolant temperature rose, the battery died, and we just weren't able to get going again.
Hard luck, and yeah, you've done a few laps, so you nearly got there. Next year you're going to crack it, aren't you?
Close. Next year will be the year.
Thank you, guys.
Give a big cheer on the hill.
Alex, we've been catching up with my local team, Hull University team, of course, this weekend. You didn't get as far into that as you were hoping. I saw you were the driver walking away.
Yeah, we spun out on the 17th lap and it just wouldn't restart. We ran out of battery power and it was overheating, so that's how it goes.
What are you going to take away from this?
Well, we're going to take away that we need to up our batteries and we need to just more testing, get more out of it, but it's the best result we've ever had in the endurance, and that's what we're really hoping for at the end of the day.
Sounds a bit like my iPhone. I need to get some more battery for that. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Obviously, I'm very local to you guys. I'm so going to hook up with you and see if next time you're at test, I can get along and have a go in that car.
Oh, yeah, we'll try and get you along definitely to our test day next time we got on the track.
Alex Leguia could be the first one to drive a Formula Student car. I'm going to let you get back to get the car because I know you're on your way there. Yeah. Well done anyway. Good to see my local team competing.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm seeing so many stories.
University.
I went to Hull University.
Why did you do drama in English instead of engineering?
Well, I don't know. They only did this for the 5 years, so they weren't doing it back then.
Ah, clever.
Plus, I was building race cars for fun. I wasn't in the British Touring Car Championship, though, unlike Sam. Well, anyway, we've got some great stories in this paddock, haven't we? Because we've got people who have had stuff to overcome, and they've fought it, and they've had some real teamwork going on. We've got, obviously, the Team Delphi.